Someone always complained about me fixing my sleeves when I got that long sleeve top on. I'm going to buy some new clothes now, you bully. Watch me come in with some fancy ass garms on Monday.
Like French sleeves.
Yeah, like Prince. A mix between Prince and Austin Powers is what I'm going for. Real Madrid eye up a rather odd second choice if they fail to get Eden Hazard. Chelsea have drawn up a managerial list to replace Maurizio Sarri. The Euro 2020 qualifiers are underway. We've got a roundup of the day's transfer rumours, and of course, we've got the day's Friday feels. That and more coming up in the next few minutes, as I'm your host, Matt Folick. You are the One Footballers, and this is the Daily News. First up, and if Real Madrid failed to get Eden Hazard in the summer, they've made a rather odd choice for second place, and that is West Ham's Felipe Anderson. Now to the first bit of the story, apparently Chelsea have rejected a £60 million bid from Madrid for Hazard, as they want close to double that figure. I can't see Real Madrid paying £120 million for someone whose contract is going to expire next summer. So they've turned their attentions to the Brazilian Felipe Anderson. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a pretty decent player for West Ham. Maybe he's one of their best players, but there is no way that he's going to be good enough for Real Madrid. Certainly not from what I've seen this season. He's played 31 games in all competitions for the Hammers, scored 8 goals and got 6 assists. Okay, that's not so bad, but it's hardly the level that Real Madrid fans are going to be expecting. Who knows, it may be one of these signings that as soon as he moves to a better team with better players around him, he could become one hell of a player. That's yet to be seen though, so we'll wait until he makes the move if he does. As for Real Madrid, well, the last time they went to West Ham for a signing, it's when they bought in Julian Faubert on loan. Who you're asking? Exactly. He made 2 appearances at the Bernabeu for Madrid and was utterly dreadful, which probably explains why they haven't bought anyone off them in the last 10 years. But next up, just some managerial news, and Chelsea are apparently drawing up a mini managerial shortlist to replace Maurizio Sarri in the summer. Now, there's 2 men on this shortlist. The first is former legend and current Derby County manager Frank Lampard, and the second is Nuno Espirito Santo, the current Wolverhampton Wanderers manager. Now, there's 2 schools of thought behind this list. First off, Chelsea obviously want to get rid of Maurizio Sarri. They're not really bothered about giving him another year, even though they're under a transfer ban. And number 2, because they're under this transfer ban, they know they're going to have to go with someone who's willing to work with what Chelsea have already got, maybe even losing a player or 2, instead of choosing a manager who's going to come in and demand a never-ending checkbook to sign loads of players. Now, of course, I'm not undermining the quality of Santo or Lampard, but they're not exactly going to come in ball swinging, giving it the big I am. They are, of course, relatively young in their managerial careers. As for Santo, well, he's doing a fantastic job with Wolves. He's already got them into the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and if Manchester City win that competition altogether and Wolves finish in 7th like they are at the moment, then they could be in Europa League action come next season. Wolves are a relatively new team to the Premier League, so it'd be awesome to see Santo stay with them and see what he can achieve. Of course, if Chelsea come in with a huge amount of money for him, then yeah, he'll probably take the job. However, I'm sure he's got some sort of loyalty to Wolves. As for Frank Lampard, of course he'll want to move to Chelsea. He's an absolute legend there, and there couldn't be anything better than a legendary player becoming a legendary manager. Take Zinedine Zidane, for example. However, Frank Lampard is in his first managerial job at Derby. He hasn't even had 1 full season as a manager. So why doesn't he go and learn his trade and then come back to Chelsea when he's a more complete manager and feels he could do the job better? He's got so many years ahead of him and so many opportunities to become the main man at Stamford Bridge. I don't think he needs to rush into every chance that he gets just now. But next up, to a roundup of the Euro 2020 qualifiers, which kicked off last night. And for Liverpool fans, your players are bang in form. Virgil van Dijk and Gini Wijnaldum both got on the score sheet as the Netherlands smashed Belarus 4-0. Now, I know you're thinking it's only a mediocre opposition. Well, try telling that to Scottish fans who went all the way to Kazakhstan to witness their team losing 3-0. Another quick thing for Liverpool fans, and Andy Robertson wasn't actually in the squad, so he can't take the blame for the defeat. That is obviously incredibly embarrassing for Scotland, especially for a team who had big hopes of reaching the Euro 2020 finals. Quick side note in that Netherlands game, though, Memphis Depay is back on 5 form as he managed to score 2 and assist another 2, which means that I'm sure a whole host of massive European clubs will once again be casting an eye over his progress with a view to a summer move. A return to Manchester United has been touted in the last few weeks. But to the other big qualifier of the evening, and it was Belgium who managed to overcome Russia 3-1, even with Thibaut Courtois doing his very best to cock things up. He tried to dribble the ball in his own area, lost the ball, and Russia managed to score, but thankfully Eden Hazard was on hand to spare his blushes by scoring a penalty and a late third to make sure Belgium ran out 3-1 winners. On to some of the day's transfer news now. First off, Dortmund are hoping to use the fact that they've turned Jadon Sancho into an international superstar to lure Callum Hudson-Odoi to the club under the noses of Bayern Munich. Elsewhere, with Ander Herrera's contract running out, he looks to sign a pre-contract agreement with PSG. Manchester United are hoping to bring in Harry Maguire for around 65 million, and the agent of Inter Milan defender Milan Skriniar has said that both Barcelona and Real Madrid are interested in his client services. So lastly but not least, we come to today's Friday Feels. Of course, now I know you guys actually missed this last week because it wasn't in the daily. What a shock. It wasn't nothing to do with me. I wasn't there. I'm playing the Andy Robertson card. Anyway, as for this week's Friday Feels, we of course have a whole host of international action. So the two games I'm going for are, first off, England to beat Czech Republic by a comfortable 3-0. And secondly, on Sunday evening, I'm going for the Netherlands to beat Germany 2-1. Of course, you can leave all your thoughts on the Friday Feels down below. They can be anything to do with this weekend's football. A player, a manager, a team, a goal scorer, a red card, a tackle, whatever you guys want to know. Leave your thoughts down below. I will review them in Monday's Daily. Of course, once you're down there, you can also smash the like button or click here or here to check out all of the other videos that we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later.